Okay, so welcome back. In this video, we'll be looking at how to convert recurring decimals into fractions. Okay, so you can see all these decimal numbers here have a bar on a certain number. So that simply means that that number continues to repeat, okay, infinitely. Or, as we always say, until Jesus what? Comes. All right, so the question says express the following as rational numbers. So rational numbers are just fractions. So we want to convert all these here into what? Into fractions. Okay, so um, there's a different way in which you convert such numbers to fractions than those terminating decimal numbers. So for example, if I had 0.4 and then I want to convert it into a decimal number, okay, I'll just say this will be I write the number after the point on top, and then I'll write 1, and then I'll add I'll add a number of zeros here, depending on how many decimal places I have. So here I just had one decimal place, right? So I'll just write 1 and then 0. Okay, so this number here, the 0.4, is the same as 4 over 10. Okay, if I had 0.004, this will just be, okay, I write whatever number is there without a point, so that will just be 4 divided by, okay, 1, and then I count the number of decimal places that I have. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to add 3 zeros. So it will be 0, 0, 0. Okay, what if I add 0.04? So this will be the same as 4 over, I just write 1, then I count the number of decimal places, 1, 2. So this will be 0, 0. So this is how easily we can change the terminating, okay, fractions into, the terminating decimals into fractions by just using whatever I was explaining here. So now, if the numbers now have a bar like this, if this 4 at the bar, if this 4 at the bar, if this 4 at the bar, then this method here cannot work. Okay, we have to develop another method that we'll be using in order to convert such numbers with a bar into what? Into fractions. So that's what we are going to be looking at in this question here. All right, so the first thing is to let whatever number you've been given to be equals to x. So I'm going to say x is equals to 0.4 bar. So now remember, this bar simply means this 4 keeps on repeating, right? So meaning x, I can also write it as x is equals to 0.4, and then this 4 keeps on repeating. No wonder it has a bar. So it will be 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 until what? Jesus comes. So I'm tired of writing these 4s. So I'm just going to write bar on the last one. So simply meaning it continues to repeat. Okay. So now, once you have your x, okay, for you to turn this number into a fraction, you'll be finding two numbers, okay, from whatever you've been given here. You'll be finding two numbers such that immediately after the decimal point, okay, immediately after the decimal point, you have the part that repeats. So the part that repeats is this 4 here. So I want to get two numbers from this such that immediately after the decimal point, I have the part that repeats. So the first number will be this same one here, because after the decimal point, I have the part that repeats. So I'm just going to say x is equals to 0, okay, point x bar. So this will be here 0. Okay, 0.4 and then bar. So this will be my first number. Okay, then once you have your first number, you are now looking for a second number. So how are you going to find that second number? So you come to this one here, okay, where you have written all the 4s like that. So you want from this to get a number such that immediate after the decimal point, okay, you have the repeating numbers. So I'm just going to say, let me move this point one step to the right like this, okay? So if I move it one step to the right, it means I'll have 0, 4, the point will be there, and then 4, 4 keeps on repeating like that, right? Okay, keeps on repeating like that. So this simply means that, okay, to get this number, I have to move this point one time. So to move this point one time, I have to multiply the left-hand side here by 10, and this side also, I have to multiply it by 10. So it means here on my left, I have 10x is equals to, when I multiply this side by 10, I get this guy here, where the point has moved one step to the what? To the right. So it means the other number there will just be 10x is equals to 0.4, which is just the same as 4.4 bar. Okay, that's what we have there. So now we have two numbers such that immediately after the decimal point have the repeating part. So the next step is just to subtract these two numbers. Okay, so you always subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So the larger number here is 10x. Okay, is equals to 4.4 bar. The other number there will be this guy. So that is x is equals to 0.4 bar. So now you see that, okay, this repeating part here is going to cancel. So we are going to subtract here. So after the decimal point, I can see the same thing. So if I subtract 4 bar minus 4 bar, I get 0. 4 minus 0, I get 4, is equals to 10x minus 9x, I get 9x. Okay, so here, this here should be the goal. Always when you subtract the two numbers that you've come up with, okay, the repeating part should disappear. Okay, the repeating part should disappear like it has done here. You should always cancel out the repeating part. So meaning that I just have 9x is equals to 4. Then I divide by 9. Even here I divide by 9. So x will just be equals to 4 over what? 9. Okay, but remember x was also equals to 0.4 bar. So it's simply meaning that x is equals to 0.4 bar is equals again to what? 4 over 9. So we have converted this 0.4 bar to a fraction, which is just what? 4 over 9. Okay, so you should check on your calculator if you do 4 divided by 9. Okay, if you do 4 divided by 9, you're going to find 0.4444. So the 4 keeps on repeating. So we just indicate a bar on top of it to show that it's what? Repeating. Right, so that's how we can solve the first one. Okay, let's look at the other one. So we solidify the concept that we are trying to learn here. Okay, so the next one is 0.36 bar. So I'm going to say let x be equals to 0.36 bar. So now you see the bar is on 3 and 6. So meaning the 3 and 6 repeat. Okay, so I can also write this as x is equals to 0.36, 36, 36, 36, 36, just like that. So the 3 and 6 continues to repeat. Okay, so from this number, I want to come up with two numbers such that immediately after the decimal point, I have the repeating part. So the first one is this same number here. Okay, because immediately after the decimal point, I can see the repeating part. Okay, and then the other part will be when I move this point 1, 2 times. Okay, so if I move it 2 times, then I have to multiply by 100. Okay, because the 100 has 2 zeros. So I move it two times, I multiply by 100 because 100 has 2 zeros. If I move it 1 time, I multiply by 10. If I move it 3 times, then I multiply by 1,000. If I move it 4 times, then I multiply by 10,000, just like that. Okay, so if I multiply this side by 100, I'm going to get 100x is equals to, if I multiply this side by 100, then this point will move 1, 2. So I'm just going to have 36.36. The 36 continues to repeat, so I'll just indicate it with what? With bar there. Okay, the next thing is just to subtract these two now. So to be the bigger number minus the smaller number. So this one is the bigger number. So it will be 100x is equals to 36.36 bar. And then this one is x is equals to 0.36 bar. Okay, so from here, we're just going to subtract. So simply meaning that 36 bar minus 36 bar, this will just be 0, 0. So this should always be the case. The repeating part there should cancel. Then 36 minus 0 still remain with 36 is equals to 100x minus x. That would be 99x. Okay, so meaning that I have 99x is equals to what? 36. So divide by 99 divided by 99. So x is equals to 36 over 99. So now ask yourself, is there a number that can go into 36 and 9 without leaving a remainder? Okay, is there a number that can go into those two numbers without leaving a remainder? Okay, yes. Okay, so 9 can go into 36. How many times? 4 times. Okay, and then 9 can go into 99 how many times? 11. Okay, so that number 0.36 bar is the same as x over what? 11. Okay, in terms of fractions, it's the same as x. I mean, it's the same as 4 over 11. Right, so we've converted that guy to a fraction. Okay, so let's look at the third one using the same principle. So the third one, we're going to say let x be equals to whatever you've been given. Okay, so now this one is a good question, okay, because it's different from the first two. So you see here that the bar is only on the 7. Okay, the bar is only on the 7. All right, so from these two numbers, I mean from this number that we've been given, we have to come up with two numbers such that the repeating part is immediately after the decimal point. So this number here, the way it is, I can also write it as x is equals to 4.2, and then the 7 keeps on repeating like this. Okay. All right, so the first number will be when I move this point one time like that. So if I move the point one time, we said it's to multiply by 10, right? Because 10 has 1 0. So that will be 10x is equals to 42.7 bar, because it has moved 1. Okay. The other number will be, okay, from this guy here that I have here. So this guy, I can also write it as 10x is equals to 42 point, the 7 continues to repeat like this, right? Okay, so I have now to get another number such that immediately after the decimal point, okay, I have the repeating part. So I'll just have to move this point one time. So I'll multiply this by 10, even this by 10. So it will be 10 multiplied by 10, that will be 100x is equals to, here the point will move 1. So it will be 427.7 bar. Okay, so this is the other number. But, okay, you can also find this number directly from here. So since here you had multiplied by 10 to move it 1, okay, you can say, okay, I now want to move it a step further. So it means you've moved it 1, 2. So you can multiply directly this one by 100 and this one by 100. You're still going to get this guy. So the two numbers, it's this one and this one. So now I'll subtract them. So it will be 100x is equals to 427.7 bar. Then this one is 10x is equals to, this will be 42.7 bar. And then I'm just going to subtract. Okay, so you see that after the decimal point, 7 bar and 7 bar cancels out. And then now I have 427 minus 42. So that one gives me 385. Then here I have 100 minus 10. So that will be 90x. So what I have now is 90x is equals to, okay, 385. So here x will just be equals to 385 over 90. So this one ends with a 5, so meaning 5 can go into this number. And this one ends with a 0, meaning 5 can also go into that number. So 385 divided by 5, I get 77. Divided by 90 divided by 5, I get 18. Okay, so that will be the answer there. So 77 divided by 18, it will give me this number here, which is 4.2, and then the 7 keeps on repeating and repeating. All right, so that is that there, because here no any other number can go into 77 and 18 without leaving a what? A remainder. Okay, maybe it's there. Let me try. No, it can't. So there's no number there. Okay, let's look at part 3. So part 3, is it part 4 now? Yeah, part 4. So I'm going to say let x be equals to, okay, let x be equals to 0.58 and then 3 bar. So you've seen that the bar again is just on the 3. So this one is the same as x is equals to 0.58, and then the 3 keeps on repeating like this. Okay, until forever. All right, so from this number, we want to come up with two numbers such that immediately after the decimal point, I have the repeating part. So I'll move this point 1, 2 to get the first number. Okay, so if I move the decimal point 1, 2, it means I multiply by 100, right? Because it has two zeros. So it will be 100x is equals to 58.3 bar. Okay, and then the other one will be when I move this point that is there a step further. Okay, so that's the same as multiplying by 1,000. Or if you want, you can just multiply this by 10. Okay, so that will be 1,000x is equals to 583.3 bar. And then I subtract the 2. So it will be 1,000x is equals to 583.3 bar. Okay, and then minus 100x is equals to 58.3 bar. So you see that after the point, I'm going to have 0. Okay, and then I have 583 minus 58, which will just give me 525.0. Then here, it's 1,000 minus 100. So that will give me 900x. So meaning x will just be equals to 525 divided by 900. So 5 can go into 525. Okay, as long as the number ends with 5, then 5 can go there. So divided by 5, I get 105 over the 900 divided by 5, I get 180. Again, ends with 5, ends with 0, 5 can go into there. So 105 divided by 5, I get 21 over 180 or 80, as you guys say it. They are divided by 5, I get 36. Okay, so I see again 3 can go into 27. I mean 21, 7 times. Okay, and 3 can go into 36. How many times? 12 times. Okay, so this number here is the same as 7 over 12. Okay, it's the same as 7 over 12. All right, so guys, if you're enjoying this video, okay, if you're enjoying this video, I would like to tell you that we have a full tutorial sheet, okay, or where we're solving all the questions, okay, that are in the tutorial sheet where I got this question from. So let me show you the tutorial sheet. Okay, so this question, I got it from this tutorial sheet. This tutorial sheet has 25 questions, okay? And we've solved all the questions in this tutorial sheet, okay? So you can see question 1 was on some definitions of numbers. We solved question 2. This is actually the same question I'm resolving now in this video. We've already solved all these: SADs, rationalization, sets, solving radical and rational function, Finch's rule, Cramer's rule. We've solved all these questions here, and the videos are available on our website. So on our website, you can learn anytime from anywhere. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are, you can still access it. Okay, so you can see 25 questions and we solved all of them. Okay, the last question is on partial fractions. So now you can just go to Chrome. Okay, so this is Chrome, and then you search discretelearning.com. Okay, so search discretelearning.com, and it's going to take you to our website. Okay, so this is our website here. So we offer lessons for NS, non-quota, pre-med. You can see math, chemistry, physics, biology. Okay, you can learn these things at your own time, at your own pace, even in your blankets. Okay, so since I'm solving math, I can show you math. So if you open the course for math, okay, and then you have to go in general mathematics here. So once you go and open general mathematics, you can see topic lessons. So any topic that you learn in math, there is a video there and notes. Here, the summarized notes you can read, okay, at your own time, at your own pace. Here, there are tutorial sheets and assignments. And then here, there are past quiz papers, test papers, and exam papers. You can find them there. Okay, so if you go to tutorial sheets, okay, that tutorial sheet there is from Kuba University. So if you're from Kuba University, you're going to find it in this folder from Kuba University. Okay, but if you're from any other university, but you'd like to access it, okay, as you are learning, because they're just basically the same thing, you'll find it in this folder here written our tutorial sheet and explained videos. That's where you're going to find the videos. Okay, but if you're from Mukuba, you come open Mukuba here. Okay, and then you can see that there are 2024-2025 intake. Okay, that one is for the 2025-2026. So you open 2025-2026. So you'll see that there's tutorial sheet 1, full videos are there. Tutorial sheet 2, full videos are there. So you can learn at your own time, at your own pace. Okay, so it's time to catch up during this holiday or this break. You can use it to what? To learn at your own pace. Also, we'll be hosting live classes. Okay, so for those who are interested, you can actually contact me. Okay, my number is in the description of the video below, or I'll share it. Okay, once I finish the video, you can contact me. You register for the lessons. We are going to be learning every day. Okay, so that when you come back from the break, you're actually understanding what you'll be doing. Because whatever you'll be doing from now on will be based on the topics that you did before the break. So if you didn't understand them, then it's going to be very hard for you to understand whatever is going to come in front. All right, so now let's continue solving our questions. Okay, so we did 1 to 4. Let's do 5 and 6. Okay, and then we'll be done with these questions here. All right, so the next one we're going to say let, okay, 0.135 bar. Okay, so you can see here we have bar on 3, bar on 5, so we can just write it as 1 bar. So I'm going to say let x be equals to this. So I need now to come up with two numbers from this such that immediately after the decimal point, I have the repeating part, right? So this will just be what? Okay, so I'm going to move this decimal place 1 time. So that will be the same as multiplying by 10. So it will be 10x is equals to 1.35 bar. Okay, and then from this, I want to move this decimal place 2 times because this guy here, the way I've written it, it's the same as 10x is equals to 1.353535. So the 35 continues to repeat like that. So if I move 1, 2, I also be at the position where after the decimal point, I have the repeating part. So I want to move this decimal point, okay, 1, 2 times. So 1, 2 times, it means I'm multiplying by 100 because it has 2 zeros. So I multiply this guy by 100, I get 1000x is equals to, if I multiply this guy by 100, it just moves this decimal place 2 times. So that would be 135.35 bar. Okay, so now I have two numbers, okay, such that immediately after the decimal point, I have the what? The repeating part. So I'm just going to subtract them. So it will be 1000x is equals to 135.35 bar. And then the other one will be 10x is equals to 1.35 bar. Okay, let me write it properly and then I subtract. So there, okay, if I subtract 35 bar, I get 0, 0. Then here it will just be 135 minus 1. So that will be 134. Okay, and then here it is 1000 minus 10, which will just give me a 990x. Okay, so simply meaning x is equals to 134 over 990. So you ask yourself, is there a number that can go into 134 and 990 without leaving a remainder? Okay, yes, it's there. So we can try to put 2 there. So x is equals to, so 134 divided by 2, that will give you 67 over, and then 990 divided by 2, that will give you 495. Okay, so from here, I believe there's no other number that can enter into 67 and 495 without leaving a remainder. So this one here will be our what? Our final answer. Okay, that one there will be our final answer. If you want, you can try 65 divided by 495 on your calculator. You are going to find this guy here. All right, so let's solve the last one. Okay, so the last one, we're going to say let x be equals to, okay, 0.43 and then 213 under the bar like that. So meaning that 213 repeats, right? So I want to get two numbers from here such that after the decimal points, I have the repeating part. So I'll move this decimal points 1, 2 times to there. Okay, so meaning I've moved 2 times, I have to multiply by 100. So that's the same as 100x is equals to, okay, 43 point, okay, 213 bar. Right, so this number here is the same as 43.213, 213, 213, 213, just like that. So the 213 repeats. Okay, so from this, I can get my other number, okay, such that immediately after the decimal point, I have the repeating part. So I have to move this decimal point here 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 it has to come there. Okay, so I have to move it 3 times. So I multiply here by 1 with 3 zeros. So I'm just multiplying this with 1,000, this with 1,000. Okay, so if I multiply this with 1,000, okay, then I'm going to have 100,000 x is equals to, if I multiply this by 1,000, the decimal point moves 1, 2, 3. So I have 43,213.213 bar, like that. Okay, so my two numbers are this one and this one. I'm just having, I just have to subtract them now. So it will be this same number here, 100,000, okay, is equals to this minus 100x is equals to, okay, 43 point. Make sure the point is in the same line, okay, 213 bar. And then I'm just going to subtract now. So 100,000, okay, 100,000 minus 100. That one is going to give me 99,900. X is equals to, then here I have 213 minus 43. Okay, so that one gives me 43,170.00 because here the 213 is going to cancel. Okay, so that will just be X is equals to 43,170 over 99900. So 2 can go into these guys, or I can say I cancel out this 0, cancel out this 0. So I just remain with 317 over and then 999. So is there any number that can go into this, okay, without leaving a remainder? Okay, I doubt. So let me try 3. So 4317 divided by 3. Oh, actually it goes there. So, okay. So this number here divided by 3, I get 1439 over. Then 999, okay, I forgot 10 here. So 1190, okay, divided by 3, is it going to enter? That's what I was saying. No, it can't. Oh, it can. So this one gives me 3330. Okay, so is there another number that can go into this one and this one without leaving a remainder? Okay, so no. Okay, there's no any other number that can go into this and this without leaving a remainder. So our final answer will just be the same expression that I've written there. Okay, our final answer will just be the same expression that I have written there. All right, so it means this guy here is the same as this. All right, so we're done with these questions. Okay. As I said, if you'd like to register for our lessons, you're welcome. Just visit discretelearning.com and I'm going to give you a homework. Okay, so you can answer this at your own time and then send to my inbox. Okay, I'll write my number here so that you know if you're doing something that's correct. So convert 0.57, okay, 414 with a bar on 14, okay, into something that looks like A over B. So convert this to a fraction just like we were doing here. So after you're done, you can send your answers to 0779 96 40 10. Okay, so my name is Tutor Paul Solutions. Okay, so you can find me on that number. Okay, so if you want to register for our online lessons, you are free. You can contact me on that number, or you can simply visit discretelearning.com. Okay, And you're going to find the website. They are full of lessons on anything that you need as you are doing your first year NS, pre-med, or non-quota. Okay, so in the next videos, okay, which are going to be on the website, in fact, they're already there. Okay, we are solving all these questions that you can see here. Okay, all these questions that you can see here, they were solved, and the videos are there waiting for you on the website. All right, so thank you so much. Until next time.